Hello, I'm Glenyce Hughes, and I get to facilitate people in creating their dreams come true. How the heck did I get so lucky? So, being the question. So in Access Consciousness, we talk about question all the time. Question empowers, answer disempowers. And in reading this amazing book, Beyond the Utopian Ideal by Gary Douglas, founder of Access Consciousness, he has an example of a contractive question, of a question that's not going to create what you're looking for. And I just thought it was so brilliant that I wanted to share it with you guys. So the question that he's saying, he says, people often will ask, how can I be more creative? Okay, that's usually, or how can I is often a question. Now, what he says here, it's not a question. It's simply an assumption or a conclusion that they're not being as creative as they could be. So the thing with questions is you really want to recognize when you're asking the questions, please continue to ask questions, but is there an expansiveness when you ask it? Or does it contract? Because that's what you're looking for, is when it contracts, it's not actually a question. It sounds like a question, but it's not a question. And so he gives kind of an example of the question to ask. If that was what you were going to ask, instead ask, what additional creativity do I have available that I haven't even tapped into? Can you get the difference between that? How can I be more creative? Thud, at least that's what it is for me. What additional creativity do I have available that I haven't even tapped into? Expansive. So it's a totally different way. And the only thing, you don't have to look at all your questions and try to figure it out. All you need to do is just be aware of, is there a yummy expansive energy on it, or is there a thud? Because if there's a thud, there's some sort of a conclusion, or you've just made a statement and you've put a pretty little question mark at the end, but it's not really truly a question. Like, really, what magic could you be if you were willing to be the question you truly be? Anything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Yeah, because we be the question. We be the question. That's what you're looking for, is to be the question. Now, in my experience, all those years ago when I started studying these tools, I required to do the question, to ask the question over and over and over until I started getting the energy of it. To be it. Yeah. So don't stop asking or doing the question, but just recognize that that is getting you to being the question. You can even start asking yourself, like, truth, am I actually being the question here? Or am I contracting? Am I limiting what's possible here? It's about being the question. Yeah. And it's just following the energy, being present with the energy. That expansiveness is what you're looking for, and not looking for an answer. Okay, this is the other thing that we often do, depending on, how you were brought up, but there's often this, I ask a question so I have an answer. It's not what questions are for. Questions are to create the awareness. Yeah. So you don't often get the awareness right away. When you're being the question, there may be some space between asking it and receiving some awareness. Don't stop asking, though. The awareness will show up. Have a great rest of your week, guys, and I look forward to playing again next week.